And hello, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a very simple pizza dough. This will be the best pizza dough you've tasted. This will form the basis of your gorgeous homemade pizza.
Rightio folks, first things first, we're going to need to proof the yeast for the dough. Now this is a very important part in making any dough, whether it be bread or what we've got here, the pizza bases. So firstly we'll need to get some water. Now I'm going to be using 325 milliliters of warm water. Now it needs to be warm to activate yeast, but in saying that, it cannot be too hot, otherwise it'll kill the yeast and it won't ferment. Now we're going to get 2.5 teaspoons of yeast. Now what we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle it over the top of the water. Some of it will sink, some will stay on top. And following that, we're going to stick in 1 teaspoon of sugar. This just helps with the fermentation process. And we're going to put this aside. It usually takes about roughly 5-10 minutes for everything to go all frothy. And I'll show you later on in the video what you're after. Now while that yeast is proofing away, we're going to get a large bowl. And into this bowl we're going to sift 4 cups of plain flour. And following that, we're going to stick in 1 teaspoon of salt. You can stick a little bit more in if you wish. It's up to you. Now, next I'm going to stick some dried herbs. I usually stick about 2 tablespoons of oregano. You don't necessarily have to stick this into your dough. You can just have a plain dough. That's fine. It's just I quite like a few herbs in my pizza base, so it's really up to you. By now your yeast should have finished proofing. If it hasn't, just give it a few more minutes, but mine has. So if we take a close look at it here, you can see the top of the water is covered in a froth. Now this is a good indication that the yeast is proofed okay and it's okay to stick into your dough. So we're going to stick this straight into our flour and oregano mixture that we were working on earlier, and we're going to mix it around with a fork. Now we don't want to stick it in all at once, so we're going to take small amounts and mix, add some more, mix it, add some more, mix it until it's all done. I'm going to cheat with mixing it. I've got this hand beater that's got dough hooks, so I'm just going to use this to get everything well incorporated and later use my hands to knead it. So if you got one of these, it's a good advantage, but if you don't, it's okay. Just keep on mixing it and you'll end up with the same result as I do. Rightio, once that's looking all doughish like, we're going to pull that out of the bowl and I'm going to stick it on a floured work surface. Now this is where you make sure you wash your hands, and we're just going to knead the dough. Kneading is quite an important part in making any breads, and in our pizza dough as well. What it does is it breaks down the proteins within the flour, forming gluten, and that's what gives your bread and pizza bases a nice texture at the end of it. During our kneading, we're going to gradually incorporating more and more flour as we go. It takes quite a while to get everything all hunky-dory and such, and you'll get your forearms a good workout, but in the end, the dough should be looking nice and silky. Very smooth to touch, very elasticy. This should occur roughly about 8 to 10 minutes of kneading, if not a little bit longer. Okay, so my dough's looking nice and ready. It's smooth and silky and very elasticy. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to oil a bowl and we're going to plonk this piece of dough into the bowl and we're going to put it in a warm place. I suggest your hot water cupboard if you have one, and we're going to let it rise. It should double in size. This takes roughly about 2 hours. To make things easier for the dough to rise, we're going to score the top and across like I'm doing now, and this just allows the dough to rise a little bit easier. It's been about 2 hours and this is what it looks like. You can see that it's risen nicely, and a good little tip to know whether your dough is ready is to plant your finger on top of the dough and press down lightly, and if the indent of your finger remains there, then the dough is ready to work. Now what we're going to do, we're going to remove the dough from the bowl and we're going to knead it again, and you should feel the air escape from the dough and you'll get it into a nice ball of dough like we have here. From now it's up to you of how big you make your pizza bases. I normally get about 6 medium-sized pizza bases out of here, but you can stretch that to 8 smaller ones. It's up to you really. So right, there you have it, my simple pizza dough. Now I assure you this dough is off the chain. It's very simple, tastes great, and I would even go as far as say it's better than you find in the shop. So for now, thank you very much for watching, and keep tuned for some more exciting recipes in the not too distant future.